Hey everybody, it's Emily, the Crazy Worm Lady. I'm here today with the African Nightcrawler bins that I am in the process of horizontally migrating to start a new bin. And the new bin that I've started is up here. And this is going to be strictly a carbon sourced bin to see how the worms do strictly on bedding sources. So I might make a few small exceptions, but I want to see if they'll thrive in that environment. So this is where we fed last week. If you remember, I put some castings over the top, and the feeding was underneath of that. So, let's see. See a few little guys down here. Okay, yeah, so we have some worms here. So what I'm gonna do is strictly pull these guys out with bedding, try to leave any remaining food in the bin. Move those guys up to the new bin. Let's see. Some dried out coffee in here, but down the bottom especially, seeing a really big handful of worms here. So these guys will go right up into our new bin. And the rest of this is very little worms at all, so I'm just going to leave this as is for the moment. And we'll look over here. Push some of this other stuff up higher so they can process it for us. And let's see what we have as far as worms are concerned. Similar over here, it looks like they finally got into those banana peels. I think I was right that they just weren't staying moist enough, and that's why the worms weren't moving in. This carrot is still in the process of breaking down, so I'm going to leave that in here. And just try to pull some of these bigger guys out, but leaving some of this bedding and larger pieces of food down here, because we're going to continue to try to migrate them all to this one area. So there's babies also throughout here. Just going to pull all of this up and into the new bin. And I think we're just going to keep with what we're doing here and try to feed up a little bit more. But I'm going to show you the bin that I have going now for these guys. So this bin that I just added all these worms to is literally just going to be run with carbon sources, so bedding. So these guys will have an opportunity just to live in what was already in the system, and any additional bedding that I add as they process it. But besides maybe some coffee grounds and some, grit sources, I'm really not going to do anything else to these guys. So I'm just trying to bury up a few of the existing food items that I just popped in here so that we don't get any fruit flies. I've left the lid off of this to kind of let it get established, but the worms are all throughout here. And I don't know this, but I'm expecting that this bin will be a little bit less exciting simply because there won't be one solid food source that they're going to be moving towards. They're going to be kind of spread throughout, at least if my theory holds true. So this bin also still has a carrot in it. So I'm going to leave both of the carrots in both of the bins, and I'm going to get a piece of fruit for both of the bins as well. And add a little bit of food and bury it back up with castings. I'm going to leave the stuff in the back to finish processing, but I will show just for reference. It's only been like 2 weeks now, and yeah, there's still some bedding in here, but this stuff is going to be relatively easy to screen. It's drying out some. It's going to be perfect. So just going to flatten this out a little bit, keep the bigger bedding items down in the front here. I'll do the same thing over here. I'll show you again just how rich this stuff in the back is. And the top is a little bit dry, and that's fine. So then I'm just going to get a small piece of fruit for the front of each of these bins, and we'll give it one more week, and we'll just keep doing this process until we fill up our new bin. And if we have too many worms, we'll end up splitting them between two once we completely get the worms harvested. So I'm not going to video the whole thing because this is already getting lengthy, but I think I'm just going to put a banana peel again in each of these bins, wet it down, and cover it back up with castings. So let me know what you think. Drop your comments below. Like this video, subscribe if you'd like some more content from me, and I'll be back with you guys real soon for an update.